all of the oldest stories that humans tell are fantasy. The earliest forms of literature are fantasy. Gilgamesh, the Odyssey, the Iliad. You know, we told stories about gods and monsters and magic and adventure.
El origen de las criaturas mitológicas va ligado al nacimiento de la civilización.
And then once we had the Renaissance and once we had the Industrial Revolution, technology began to change so quickly that life began to change quickly. And as a result, literature shifted from focusing on stories of dragons and monsters and magic to focusing on everyday life, you know, on the individual life and the individual experience. And that became our literature and our stories for most of, you know, starting in the 1700s, into the 1800s, and then into the 1900s. But now, I think that's changed again and again because of technology. Because in the mid-1990s, computer-generated special effects became so good that we could start to show in movies things that previously only writers could dream of, only writers could show us. And as a result, we had movies like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and even my own movie. And that reintroduced people to many of these kinds of stories. I mean, in the 1990s, if you liked fantasy, you were the nerd, you were the outcast, you know, and now, you know, the Marvel superhero movies are the big movies and the culture has totally changed. The great thing about fantasy or mythological literature is that it allows us to externalize what is otherwise internal. So, this is a simple example, but if you have a character who is scared of a spider, in a fantasy story, they can meet a spider that is as big as a house.
A lo largo de la historia, estos seres de fantasía nos han ayudado a profundizar en los misterios de nuestra realidad.